co-host, Dr. Prissy.
Yay. Hi, I'm Prissy Kunson. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We are very excited to be with you again, 2021. We're looking forward to great things, so stay tuned for more throughout the year.
Yes, it is definitely, it has been a whirlwind, guys. And I am excited. We have missed you guys. We have missed our audience. We have missed the
Yes.
opportunity to chit chat. A moment of truth. We
Yep.
are back in full swing in 2021. And
Yes.
our God is good.
Yes,
So
indeed. All the
please,
time.
please just share. We have a selection of topics that we are going
Mm-hmm.
to be dealing with this year 2021, and we are also open to have your topics. So whatever topic, discussions, challenges, struggles, whatever you want us to talk about, this is a moment of truth. We want to hear the truth, we want to learn the truth, we want to grow in the truth. As women of God, children of God, we really want to be able to empower ourselves, but most important, we want to learn. So 2021, believe me, the old is gone. 2021, we are excited to challenge ourselves, both physically, spiritually, intellectually, whatever it is. We are just ready for God to use us to do great things in 2021. So join
Yes.
us and be part of this great event. We are really excited about it. So, Davi, what are you excited about when it comes to this 2021?
Mm.
Oh, our topics. I am excited about topics. One of the topics I'm excited about is marriage. And
Oh,
all the good
wow.
things that go into marriage. I like the fact that we're going to be talking about everything that has to do with marriage. We're going to talk about forgiveness. We're going to talk about survival in an unhappy marriage. I think that's going to be juicy. Trust in marriage. We're going to talk about clash of cultures.
Mm.
For example, you have different cultures and different backgrounds, modern families and blended families and all of that. We're going to see what's the good stuff going on there and what can be tweaked around. And we're going to have some great people coming on the show to give us their insights. Another part of marriage that we want to talk about is careers, how our careers are affecting our marriages. Um, yeah, a whole lot. So yeah, that's one of the things. And there are some other topics too that I'm excited about, like expectation in marriage. What are the things we expected and what's the reality? What's going on?
That is so true. The marriage is a big thing, a big thing. I
Yeah.
think every woman wake up wanting to get married. Then you get married, you're like, what have I done to myself if it's not the right person for you? So we really want to dig deep into it. But most importantly, we don't want people to be afraid. We want to tell you the truth.
Mhm.
I think most times we don't hear the truth. Or maybe they tell you the truth and we put blindness on. And then when we
Mhm.
get there, we realize that, whoa, this is not what it's supposed to be. So we are going to tell you the real truth. We are not going to sugarcoat it. And
Uh-uh.
especially when it comes to, our culture, when it comes to the traditional marriages, when it comes to even getting married, sometimes we say we are ready to get married, but have you sat down and count the costs? Have you looked at what entail in getting married? Have you looked at you are going into a different family. Are you ready to change? Even the food that we eat. So now you're getting
Adapt,
married and the
you
person wants
know?
to eat fufu and you don't even like fufu. How do you do it? And the person want to eat banku and okra and you're like, I don't like even the smell of it.
Mhm.
So how do we deal with this culture of marriages? And that is really important. And of course, we are not in Ghana, we are here. So how do we let the people in Ghana know when you are even going to marry somebody who's not even a Ghanaian? Because that is the reality. Our children, and when we talk about marriage, our children will end up marrying non-Ghanaians. Are we ready to accept that when they come into the house? Are we going to have attitude? So those are the things that I think makes or breaks family. So
Mhm.
that is important. Dr. Combs, when it comes to marriage, what do you think is some of the challenges and some of the issues that we really need to talk about?
Well, I'm really excited. I can't wait for us to talk about marriage and all the things that we need to learn while in marriage, all the things that, especially the conversations that we really need to have before we marry a person. And I think that that is one of the things that really is a great disservice to ourselves. is like not having those difficult conversations before we get married. Often, especially as Christians, the fact that the person we are marrying is also Christian, we just assume that they're good because they're Christian. I
True.
think nothing
You
can
don't
go
look at
wrong,
anything else.
right?
He comes to church
We don't ask these
and he
questions.
God
has a
give us
special
wisdom. We
dance.
need to use
Hey,
it.
he has a special dance out there, and you just like the dance. You're sold.
We still got to find out who is behind this person who is speaking in tongues, this person who is standing there doing praise and worship. We really got to find out who really is behind this person. What secrets and what skeletons are in their cupboard, because we are often too scared to ask the difficult questions. And so for those of us who are married, we know there's a lot of things that we find out after we got married, and then we ask ourselves, wait, why didn't I ask about this before? Davi, Alberta just said something about, even about the food. There's this funny story that my my husband's uncle told us when we were getting married. He said there was a lady that married, the lady was Fancy, and she married a Ghana. And Fancies like their food a certain way, and Ghans like their food a certain way. So she will usually serve him like Ghan Kenke, and because she knows that, and that's another stereotype. But just because I'm a Ghan doesn't mean
I
like
want to eat cake every day.
So she actually would go to Ghan Kenke all the time, and the guy didn't really like the Ghan Kenke, but she would serve the Ghan Kenke, and then she would chop it up like into like slices, slice it, make it very presentable, and then we'll serve it to the guy. The guy looks at the Kenke, is like, first of all, I don't like Ghan Kenke, and secondly, you just messed it up by chopping it up. So it's very important, we go into marriages with our own stereotypes, with our own expectations. And because we didn't have these conversations, we don't know. I have a friend that got married and did not even know what the best color that her husband liked. She didn't even know. She found out in the marriage that, oh my gosh, I don't even know what his favorite color is. So it's a lot that we need to talk about. We need to talk about finances. Finances is one of those difficult topics that I think a lot of people just avoid, but yet is one of the big things that could break a marriage, and therefore it's very, very important to have this conversation. So my expectations and my hope is that we are able to give people the confidence, right, to ask these questions before they get married. And also while in the marriage, if you didn't get to do it before you got married, have the confidence, like you're marrying, hopefully the person you're marrying is your best friend, such that these conversations should come very easy and shouldn't be such a big issue, right? So that you can really lay everything on the table, and really, because a marriage that is not transparent, that's a very difficult marriage.
Right. Better late than never.
Right.
That is so true. That is so true. And remember, next month we're talking about love. And I think when it comes to marriage, understanding the love languages of each other, it is important, because somebody's love language is serving. You serve the person and they feel loved, they feel appreciated. Somebody's love language is gift. If you buy them gift, they feel like you love them. Somebody just spending quality time with them makes them feel loved. But if you don't know each other's love language, you may end up buying gift for somebody who doesn't feel appreciated, or spending quality time and they just want to be alone. So remember that it is important to know each other's love language. And if you don't know, ask. Really ask, what is it that you want? In this marriage, what is it that you want in this relationship? And be honest. Because sometimes when people are asking you questions, you just look at them like blindly, like you expect them to read your mind. They are not mind readers. They are not magicians. Talk.
Open conversation.
Yes. Be real. Be realistic. And that is what we all want. We all want to grow. So in 2021, if you haven't made up your New Year resolution, one of the challenges I put on the New Year's resolution for you, the ability to grow. We need to grow. As children of, as women, we are always doing so many things for other people. But we look in the mirror and said, have I adapted to my environment so much that nobody recognizes me? Sometimes you become a chameleon. You are just a fixture in your house. And people don't even know that they just know mom is here, wife is here, but they don't, you are not alive. You are just a furniture, and you don't want to be a furniture. You want to grow and adapt and change. So, David, what do you think? What other topic? We talk about
It is
marriage a lot. What
awesome.
else?
You know, I'm looking forward to our social media topic too. Social media is something on its own. It sort of evades everywhere. Social media and the family, social media and your job, your career, social media and love life. You know, some people, you go on their Facebook and you not want to hire them to work for you. But those same people you might want to hang around. So what exactly are you putting on social media, and how is it? What kind of light is it throwing on you? Is it making you marketable, or in what sense?
That is so true. You know, most
Yeah.
people don't realize if you work for the government, or even when you're going for interview, all they have to do is put your name. You know, they can search for you. And if they search for you, sometimes they talk about footprints. Your social media platform become your footprint. Anytime you post anything, anytime you like something, anytime you watch something, it becomes your footprint. So please, please, please don't let it become a tool that somebody use against you. Make it an asset, not not a distraction from your growth, and not a hindrance to your growth, but makes it an asset. That social media is here to stay. Don't get us wrong. It is here to stay, but it's a tool that we need to learn to use it wisely to our benefit. Dr. Kumse, what other topic do you think we are going to be discussing? We have a list.
Finance. Let me tell you. Y'all know I like to talk about the coins.
Yes.
Finance. It is huge. I mean, my goodness, 2020 was a harsh reality. Okay. And a lot of people now, everybody may not have necessarily gone through a bad time, right? Financially. But there are a lot of people that went through some very difficult times. And how are we going to change our financial habits this 2021 from the lessons learned back in 2020? Even if things were okay for you, right? Because we have learned over the years that it's always good to have maybe 3 to 6 months savings for that rainy day, right? But now we are really thinking more in this direction of 1 year savings, I mean, or even beyond. And how is that really possible? Can we really save a whole year's worth of income? Like all those things take some financial literacy, some financial wisdom to be able to do that. And so we really need to look very well into how some very experience, some good experiences and from some professionals to really help us to do this, because finances is one of the things that we feel we know how to do, but when you really look at it, we really do not know how to do it, because no one is going to teach you. You will have to make the effort to teach yourself. And the best way to teach yourself is to really listen to the experts, those who are doing it very well. And so it is our hope and our plan this year to bring you some experts, from some financial experts who can really help us plan our finances very well. Things has got to change this year. The thing how we did it last year is definitely changing this year. One of the things that I'll be interested in talking about this year is investing, under finance and investing. How can we invest? Because if we're still carrying a lot of debts, then it becomes very difficult to invest, right? So how do we take care of those debts first to be able to get us to the point of investing? Let's think about it. When you're like age 40, it's real, because in the next 10 years.
True. 40 is real. 40 is the new 30, but 40 is real.
You think about the next 10 years, that's 50. And the 10 years from then is 60. I mean, by 50, if you haven't really figured out what it is that you really want to do, and if you don't really have a good plan towards retirement, the game has you beat. At 50, the game has you beat. So, and we also know there's always better late than never, right? So even when you're 40, 45, 50, what can you do now financially that can really still secure you a good future? Now, somebody starting out at 20 already has an upper hand, but what can you do at the later stages, if you haven't already done it, will help you really still make sure that you get a decent retirement. Those are the things that are very dear to me in finance, and that budgeting, that investing, and also thinking about new things to do, right? It could be new business, it could be a new business, it could even just be a thought in your mind that
it may be time to really think about bringing it to reality and what steps you can take, because often we're waiting for that big chunk of money to be able to start a business or to do that. But sometimes there are ways to go about businesses without necessarily having a whole lot of money. And these are all things that we really need the experts, the people who have done it and done it very well, to be able to share some of those tips with us so that we're not still sitting there waiting for that big money to come, because we know it's never going to come.
The reality is the reality, so it's important. Thank you, Dr. Christy. And I think it's also important when we think about, finance, to think and investment. It's also important to think about end of life investment for your family. What insurance are you leaving behind? I know everybody have the car insurance. That one, the car company will not let you go without the car insurance. But do we have life insurance? Do we have all those, health insurance? We have all those necessary things that we need. And if we don't have it, why not? Sometimes we make excuses. So I can't afford it. And then you realize that you're really doing yourself more harm than, putting down priorities into place. So please, 2021, we want to talk about it, want to be real about it, but we want to put it into practice. So anything we talk about, and if you have any questions, let us know. Any challenges, let us know how we can help you to make that dream a reality, because it is the American dream, to invest, to buy your house, to buy your car, to have your life insurance, all those things, the American dream. And we are here. We want to live it, and we also want to leave a legacy for our children so that way they can also enjoy it. So please, 2021, we don't want to leave you behind. So thank you. And, I think another topic that I personally love, and I think, is career. 2020, people have seen some of the best laying out careers not being able to survive because of what is going on. And 2021, I'm telling you, some of the careers that we don't even know are not being created. Some of the, platforms that we don't even know exist are not being created. So think about it. Yeah. If you were, your career was dead in 2020, 2021, what are you doing to, to shape your resume? What are you doing with your career vital? Well, what training are you putting in place for yourself? What career plans are you putting in place? Because, I always tell myself, if you don't plan anything, nothing will happen. So just think about it. You have to plan it. So if you decide you're going to go to IT in 2021, are you registered for the computer classes? Are you looking for them? Can you afford them? Do they have, a plan in place? A payment plan, all those things that you have to think about when it comes to careers and when it comes to making sure that nothing is secure, but at least making plans to make sure that you have a better and a brighter future in 2021 is definitely something that we really want, and we pray for each and every one of us. So that is important to me. Careers. What do you want to think about when it comes to 2021? Yes.
Looking down the list. Guess what else we have on the list?
Yes, what else?
Gossip, juicy gossip. What is gossip and what is not gossip?
Deadly
We're
gossip.
going to talk about what is gossip and what is not.
Yeah.
I think gossip is not juicy. Personally,
I'm saying it's a juicy deadly topic. Yes. Everybody will be trying to listen. What is gossip and what is not gossip?
Well, now I would say gossip is very juicy. It's not right. It's not right. But it's very juicy. And it's like
okay, my two co-hosts said gossip is juicy. I would consider gossip as deadly. That is how I look at it. It is
very deadly. It's not right.
And depends on which side you are on for the gossip. It's deadly.
It's very deadly.
And juicy. Some are finding it deadly. Some are finding it juicy.
Well, I mean, it's juicy.
Try and find.
It's juice that's going to lead you to death.
but definitely we're going to be talking about gossip. Gossip is one of those things that God hates gossip. And as women, we are the prime carriers of that deadly disease called gossip. We opened our Pandora box and we just let it go everywhere. And what we haven't even heard, we said we have heard it. What we don't know, we said we know it. We are right on the money. And nobody can tell us any other thing, how good we are with gossip. So we just really want to say that I would say gossip is deadly. So we really want to talk about how that gossip affects both mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. Gossip can destroy people's life. It can destroy people's marriages, so we want to really take gossip as a whole topic and really have people, talk about how it has affected them, so that way you can see how you contribute to somebody else's downfall. Because sometimes, not sometimes, seeing is believing. So if you see it, you believe it. So next time somebody open a juicy topic, you put a stop to it, because you have the opportunity to do that.
I'm sure some people are not sure what gossip is and what gossip is not. So we're also going to look at that, because just repeating what people are saying, you don't know if it is true or it is not true, and you are repeating it. So we'll see if that is gossip or that is preaching the gospel truth.
Yeah, we really need to dig deep, because if Gabby calls me with some juice and I'm like, hold on, let me get my tea, and then we start talking about it.
That is gossip. And sometimes you think you saw something, but you don't see the whole picture. And then what you see, you take it as the gospel truth or the real frame, and you frame it and you tell somebody, oh, this is what I saw.
And
that is also gossip.
You add some to it.
Yes. So gossip is going to be one of our topics that we're really going to be talking about. What other topic are we going to be talking about?
So friends, you will not want to miss us. You need to stay tuned to Moment of Truth, because a whole lot of nice stuff is up for us this 2021. There will be no dull moment, okay?
And
that is so true. That is so true.
Along the lines of maybe along the lines of financial, but a little, a caveat is advanced directives and estate planning and wills, living wills. I mean, those things are also those very difficult conversations that we're still not having in our community. Okay. And things are happening. And so I will be very interested to have someone here to really talk to us about it. How do we go about that? Really having those conversations. Because I have friends who say they will not even broach that topic with their parents, because in our culture, it's not done. But then something happens, you lose a parent or whatever, and then there's a whole mess in the family, and you don't even know where to start from. So those are conversations that need to be had. Our community will say, oh, in our culture, we don't do that. There's nothing like we don't do that. Just because our mothers and our fathers and our ancestors didn't do it, that doesn't mean that it's still correct and that we still need to stick to that. These things need to be done. Like, God forbid anything happens to anybody. It's like nobody has any clue what were the person's wishes, what did they want to be done? Did they want,
even their phone numbers.
Yeah.
Who knows how to, how do you call that? Unlock the phone.
That's true.
People don't even know how to unlock your phone.
Yes, because you put a password on your phone and you are the only one who
doesn't know your password. Your spouse doesn't know your password. So yeah, so these things are very, very important. And and you would want to, while God still has breath in you, you will want to let your family, your loved ones know what it is that you want done. It's a life insurance. It's like, we, like Nas said, we insure our cars because if something were to happen, then we have coverage. But we ourselves as human beings, we're not insuring ourselves in any way. So if something were to happen, then it's there. If it doesn't happen, you don't need it. But these plans need to be made. And so specifically around estate planning, living wills, and advanced directives, that is one that we're going to be talking about this year as well.
Yeah. And tied in with that is the topic about aging and the aged. Like, what is aging like? What does it look like? What should it look like? And the aged around us, what do they need? How can we be of help to them? And when you become aged, what plans are you making so that your life is comfortable, manageable?
That is so true. I think most times what we forget and what we fail to put in our planning is, where do you want to live when you are old? Do you still want to be here in the US, or do you want to go back home? Because sometimes we don't think about it, and then the next thing you know, you have been here for 40 years, you are now going to be living in a nursing home. Is that what you plan to do? because you haven't made the necessary plans. So if your plan is to go back home, are you establishing yourself back home? Because you cannot just take your bag and go back home. You have to make plans also. So we are in both sphere. So, but you have to plan accordingly. So that way, you know, you cannot build the funeral home back home and be living in an apartment and here, and then when the time comes, they take your dead body back home and put you, you know, lay you in your funeral home, and then you never really get to enjoy your funeral home because, you know, you didn't really make plans accordingly. So we just really want to make sure that have plan in place. Of course, pray about it first, but make sure that you work towards your goals and your plan. I think for me, one of the things I would also like to talk about our health. You know, I think our health is definitely important. What COVID has taught me is that, you know, rest, relaxation, making sure that you listen to your body. Some of us don't listen to our body. We just work. And then next thing you know, you are down. And you are down for good because you really didn't listen to your body. So please, your health, you know, sleep. We're going to talk about sleep, food, you know, physical, going to your doctor's appointment, making sure that you see your providers. Most people haven't been seeing their providers because of what is going on in 2020, 2021. Make sure you go see your yearly appointment, your dental appointment, whatever it is. You know, your doctor's appointment is definitely one of those things that we really want to see. And if you don't have a provider, we'll try to get some of the doctors that in the area also to come and talk to us about how important it is to get your own provider. So that way, the one that accepts your insurance, of course, so that way you'll be able to see that person. So health is definitely important. Nutrition, diet, all those things, I think it plays a huge factor in us living longer and healthier.
Absolutely.
And keeping our immune system healthy. So I think that is important. You know, and I know we can talk on and on, but today is our first day. So our first day back in 2021. So I really don't want us to go on and on. So I just like to ask my co-hosts if they have last minute stuff they want to say before we wrap up and we get ready for, you know, for our activities for 2021.
For me, really, I'm just looking forward to hearing from you this year. I hope that you give us more feedback. We thank you for the feedback we've received in the past. That is why we've been able to see what it is we want to talk about this year. So as we post and as we come live on Facebook and on YouTube, we would like for you to give us your feedback. We love to receive your feedback. And also tell us some things that if you agree with the panelists or you don't, you let us know. I mean, that's why it's a discussion. That way we'll know what to bring up next time. We don't always have to agree with the people we bring on our panel. You might have a different idea. Just put it in there. That's why it's a community. We are all sharing ideas until we agree on something that is agreeable for us, right? Also, let's know your suggestions. What are some things you want us to see? What is something you want us to do differently? It's true we can't really go out now and do a whole lot, but we can do a whole lot virtually. So if you want us to hang out together sometime and you want us to play a Kahoot game or something, keep your ideas coming. That's why we are here. We are here to help you relax. Weekly, after a hard week, it's good to talk to us and relax and just learn new things in a fun way. So we hope that you keep bringing in more people, like, share, bring more people. Let's have a cup of coffee, a cup of tea. Let's chew and chat.
Thank you so much. Dr. Prissy, what do you have to say?
Yeah, thank you very much, Davi. Yeah, getting that feedback is very important. It really, really helps us really bring you the best. But I'd just like to say, definitely tune in, God willing, next week at 7 o'clock. We're going to be talking about the COVID vaccination education. This fear that is plaguing a lot of the people in our community. We're really, really going to talk about it, and really you will have the chance to ask questions and, you know, put in your comments and everything. We really, really want to educate people on the vaccination so that you can make an informed decision. It's not I will take it or I won't take a thing, but are you making, even if you decide not to take it, do you have enough information to really say that, yes, I made an informed decision? And so that is our goal, to really bring you the fact so that you can make your own decision. So definitely tune in, God willing, next Thursday, 7 o'clock. Don't miss out, and come with your questions. So be ready to come with your questions and suggestions and whatever, so we can have a great discussion.
Come with your homies. Bring everybody at home. Come. Because it's something we all need to listen to. Come listen. Come join the conversation. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, that is so true. For me in particular, I just want people to think about, February, we are in the month of love. And I really want people to feel like they are being loved. There's a difference between saying I love you and feeling love. And feeling love meaning the little things that we do for the person. It doesn't have to be big, telling somebody you love them and doing something for that person, make them feel like this is real. So 10 more days to the big day. I don't want you to wait until the big day and then rush to CVS and get them a card or something, or dollar store and get them a card. I want you to start thinking,
really
asking the person, what is it that they want? Somebody may say, I want some chocolate. Somebody may want some real home cooked meal, whatever it is, pampering each other, whatever. I just really want you to people start thinking about it, because our life is so fleeting, like that. This is something that I've learned, that is like that. Something happened to you and all your plans and all your hopes are just dead. But we just really want to be able to feel the love of God first, the love for each other. As human beings, we want to be feeling connected. So just think about it. Feeling love, feeling connected, being the agent of that love and that transformation is something that I really want you to think about as you focus on this month. So we are really excited to be back. And we didn't go anywhere. We're around.
We were relaxing. We were on vacation, okay?
We were on vacation. That is so true. That the moment your true women are back, and we're just really excited. And we welcome everybody to the opportunity to learn and just really grow. So thank you so much. So Davi, who are we going to talk about? Our sponsors and everybody else.
Yes, thanks so much. First to our technicians. You see our lovely background. Yes. God bless you, our technical team. Led by Elder Sifi. And thanks to my fellow co-hosts. I am glad to be back from my vacation. I'm glad to be seeing you live. Seeing each other on screen had become the best way to meet. So now that talking on the phone doesn't work. I'm glad to see you. It feels like I can even touch you to the screen. Thanks to Delatech IT for all your IT needs. Delatech helps you. It's a nonprofit, so they are out there just to help you. Right now, this is the time for IT. So if you want to know more about IT, you would like to contact Delatech. Comfort Realty will make you comfortable in your home. So you're thinking about getting a new home, you need to contact Comfort Realty. Of course, we need to eat. And that's why we have El Shaddai International Market. COVID or no COVID, we need to eat and be healthy. This is even the time to eat and be healthy. So please support El Shaddai International Market, even as they sponsor us on air. Thank you so much. God bless.
Yes, thank you so much, Davi. And of course, we also want to thank, since you are part of Church of Pentecost, we have the 2021 New Year, our flyers, our banners. Of course, church is opening for the district. Some of the district are virtual. Some of us are on, going in person. Wherever you are, just be safe. We want to say thank you to our national head, Apostle Amwaku, our regional, we have a new, Washington have a new regional Apostle Donko, and of course, we also have our new pastor, and so we just really want to say thank you so much for all the things that people are doing. We just really want to make sure that if you don't have a church, Church of Pentecost is live, so you can always get us, Google us and look for us wherever you are, and you'll be able to link up with us and watch us on different programs, different YouTube or Facebook. But most important, those who are going to church, make sure you social distance, hand washing, your mask and all those things, and be safe out there. So we want to say thank you so much for everybody. Until next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Stay safe.
All right, we love